What are the disadvantages of investing in an annuity? Hi, I'm Stan The Annuity Man, America's annuity agent, licensed in all 50 states. Yes, we're going to talk about the disadvantages and all that stuff. Not everybody needs an annuity, but not everybody needs gold shoes, gold Nike shoes. I'm getting a lot of comments on this. Yes, they're gold, they're Nikes, they're Air Maxes. You know, when you're Stan The Annuity Man, America's annuity agent, you have to dress like it. And these are part of it. Let's hear some music and let's talk about the disadvantages. So what is the downside to an annuity? Once again, you just can't say annuity because there's many annuity types. So it really comes down to the type of annuity that you either own or you're considering owning. In essence, you could sum it up with one kind of phrase. FOMO, fear of missing out. The biggest thing with annuities are contracts. They're not investments. So you're not going to hit the next Tesla or the next Apple. I mean, annuities are contractual guarantees. You're transferring the risk to the annuity company to provide typically principal protection or lifetime income or legacy or long-term care, confinement care type stuff. Annuities were put on the planet for lifetime income. But when you lock in lifetime income, you might miss out on some opportunities. That's my take. So can you lose money in your annuity? Once again, it comes down to the different annuity types. Single premium immediate annuities, deferred income annuities, qualified longevity annuity contracts. I mean, those are lifetime income products. So you can structure them so that you're never going to lose a penny and the annuity company's on the hook to pay regardless of how long you live. For multi-year guarantee annuities and indexed annuities, those are fixed annuities. Those are CD type annuities. If you hold your policy to the duration, you're not going to lose any money. With variable annuities, I don't sell variable annuities. This is why, because you can't lose money. You can lose money because inside that variable annuity, the investments are called separate accounts. Me and you call them mutual funds. So those can go up and down. So you can lose money with that type of product. Now, we talked about in the past surrender charges and all of that. This is under the assumption that you're going to hold the deferred annuity to term and there'll be no surrender charges. Obviously, if you cash out early and pivot with a multi-year guarantee annuity, a fixed index annuity, or variable annuity before those surrender charges have finished, then yes, I guess technically you lose money. But understand when you buy an annuity, and if you want to see a specimen policy from us, we'll send you that. We'll provide all the information. But most of the annuities out there that are offered are considered fixed annuities. Okay? The only one that's not is a variable annuity. That is a security. And again, that can go up and down. So what are the disadvantages and advantages of having an annuity, of buying an annuity, of investing in an annuity? This video is primarily about the disadvantages, but there are advantages. The advantages are you're transferring the risk. The advantages are you own a contract, you own a contractual guarantee. A lot of times annuities are used for lifetime income or principal protection. Those would be the advantages. The disadvantages is that annuities are not investments, annuities are contracts, and you're not going to be Gordon Gekko and a day trader, and they're not going to put a statue up on Wall Street with your face. When you buy an annuity, it's a diversification. It's a transfer of risk. So you're not going to go to the cocktail party and say, yeah, I bought the stock at 7 and I sold it at 100 and I made $250,000 in 3 days. You're not going to do that. And that's okay. Annuities should be the foundation, should be the income floor or the principal protection that you need as part of your overall portfolio. Doesn't mean you have to own one, but those are the places that they fit. So remember, fear of missing out, missing the next Tesla, missing the next Apple, missing the next biotech stock that goes from 1 to 100, that's the biggest disadvantage, in my opinion, of owning or investing in an annuity. But the advantage, contractual guarantees, sleep well at night. And for the 10,000 baby boomers that are reaching retirement age 65 every single day, a lot of them want to transfer risk. They don't want to shoulder risk. That's my take. So what's the problem with annuities? In my opinion, Stan the Annuity Man, America's annuity agent, if you had one answer, Stan the Annuity Man, what's the biggest problem? In my opinion, it's people are buying what they don't understand. As I always tell people, if you can't explain it to a 9-year-old, don't buy it. No offense to 9-year-olds. But I'm amazed every single day that people call me and they go, well, I've owned this for 6 years. What is it? Well, I really don't know. What type of annuities? I really don't know. What's it do? I really don't know. Come on, it's your money. That's like buying a house and don't know what it looks like. Take your time, do your due diligence. As I always tell people with annuities, there's never an urgency to buy an annuity. The only urgency is for you to fully understand what you're buying. I know that sounds simple. I know you're going, of course, Stan the Annuity Man. I'm going to tell you, the majority of stuff being sold out there, people don't know. They're getting the 30,000-foot sales pitch, and they're not understanding what's in the weeds, which leads me to my next point. If you want to understand what's in the weeds, talk to me. If you haven't caught it by now, I'm brutally factual. I'm the walking middle finger of annuity truth and proud of it. I'll give you all the information you need. I'll send you a specimen policy before you sign anything so you know exactly what's in the contract. Oh, by the way, it's a contract. So, the biggest problem, you don't know what you don't know. If you ask me about ballet, I know I look nimble, but I don't know a lot about ballet. But if I was going to do something in the ballet world, I'd learn about it. So if you're new to the annuity world, you go to my site and you get the books. I send them to you for free. theannuityman.com. No obligation. They're owner's manuals. You'll understand. You'll watch these videos. You'll listen to my podcast, Fun with Annuities. You'll take your time. You'll schedule a call with me. But I will guarantee you this, and every single client of mine out there, thousands of them, all 50 states, they know what they own. They know what they bought. They can explain it to their spouse or partner, and they better be able to explain it to their beneficiaries. It's that simple. Annuities are contracts. So do not buy the sales pitch. Do not buy the sizzle because you're going to own the steak. Do not buy the dreams because you're going to own the contractual realities. Do not trust the sales pitch. Trust the contractual realities. That's pretty much it. My mom lives in St. Augustine, Florida. She's 83 years old. My dad passed away 3 years ago, and she is the prime target for annuity sales. They love them some widows to sell them some annuities, which drives me crazy. Because here's the call that I get from my mom, and she sounds something like this. I just got this brochure in the mail. It says that I'm going to get a 10% upfront bonus. I'll get market growth. I'll never lose a penny. I get free health care, free long-term care. I'm like, stop, Mom! Stop! First of all, it kind of cracks me up because these agents are trying to sell to the mother of Stan the Annuity Man. Holy crap. That is a bad card that they've been dealt. But my mom, of all people, fall for this nonsense. First of all, understand this. And I guess this falls under the disadvantages, which is the sales pitch. Most people selling annuities are great people, but every industry has bad apples, right? If it sounds too good to be true, it is every single time. I will tell you this. There are no philanthropists at annuity companies. There's not a CEO at one annuity company that wakes up and goes, you know what? I'm going to give money away via an upfront bonus because I just like people. No! I'm assuming they do like people, but there's 100 pennies in the dollar, and the reason annuity companies have the big buildings and they sponsor sports stadiums and they have the big logo on the plane is because they don't give anything away and they know when we're going to die and they price things accordingly. So the biggest disadvantage is listening to the sales pitch and believing the sales pitch, like my mom, who I have to walk off the cliff, the annuity buying cliff. Of course, she's not going to buy from these people, but she's like, why don't you sell me that? Why don't you tell me about that? I said, because it's not true. That's why. And you don't need it. The other thing is the appropriateness and the suitability of annuities. First of all, at age 83, she doesn't need an indexed annuity. Don't think she needs an annuity at all. Spoiler alert, I don't do business with my mom because I don't want my mom calling me. Love my mom, but I don't want that to happen, okay? So the disadvantages are pretty obvious if you think logically and you don't fall for the pitch. Don't be the rube at the table, as they say in Las Vegas. If you don't know who that is, then it's you. Don't be that person. Don't fall for it. The other thing that drives me crazy is don't call me and say, well, the guy that's trying to sell us is a good friend. He's just a really nice guy and he's got a great family. I could care less. Who cares? I'm never going to be your friend. I'm going to either be the best agent and advisor you've ever had because I'm going to shoot it straight and be brutally factual. End of story. So, disadvantages, people are buying things they don't understand. People are buying things they can't explain. People are falling for the pitch. People want it to be true. People want the pill that makes them lose weight. People want a 6-minute ad. People want what doesn't exist. So annuities are contracts. Remember that. Hey, hit subscribe, hit the like, and I'll see you next time on Stan the Annuity Man YouTube video channel.